Elon Musk is asked about XRP. Also, you can now access XRP on MetaMask. It's 30 million users can now access XRP, plus a ton of other XRP news and Ripple news. Let's get into this. We are going to start here with XRP is being integrated into R3 to be connected to Swift's 11,000 banks. Let's play this first.
Digital asset ecosystem, which kind of leads into my next point. So we've had some recent announcements that have garnered some interest. We created a payment settlement application that's open source. Anybody can download it, anybody can use it or plug into it or what have you. And when we first did it, we did it for XRP, for the Ripple protocol standard. And that got a lot of people very excited that, oh my God, R3 and Ripple have settled their differences and are in bed together. No, not quite. It's just that it was very easy to do as a kind of as an MVP. But now we announced a partnership with Swift. So Swift GPI will plug into our payment settlement application, or actually vice versa. We'll plug into the GPI network. And again, the announcement about the Swiss digital exchange was a big news for us.
So, I think people would go back and forth. Is R3 going to use XRP? And I think that the question here, or the answer is, I think they can use XRP. I just don't know if they are going to use it. This could change in the future. There could be a collaboration or a partnership, but it's good to know the technology actually works. So here's what people have been talking about, on Twitter today, that this gentleman here wearing a Make America Great Again hat is asking, what are your thoughts about XRP to Elon Musk? And here's his answer.
Given how punitive the SEC has been towards crypto under this administration, do you envision the XRP ledger being incorporated into the financial institutions in the future?
Well, I certainly cannot speak to any specific crypto, but I do think that the sort of cryptocurrency is an interesting and probably valuable bulwark against a centralized control. So, and this is definitely not an endorsement or lack of endorsement for XRP, but I do think crypto, by its very nature, it helps with individual freedom.
Now, some people are like, well, I can't answer. I think what you have here is Elon Musk is watching what he says, especially about crypto. If he fully endorses a crypto asset without announcing a real partnership, and something happens to that crypto, whether it goes down or whatever, he could maybe be held liable by the SEC or somebody like that. And I don't think he wants to put himself in hot water. Remember back in 2021, he was talking about Dogecoin. I think I saw something where he bought his son billions of Dogecoin or something, some astronomical amount of Dogecoin. And I don't know if that's why he supports Dogecoin still, but you can use Dogecoin in his, Tesla store and I think the SpaceX store. So Verson from Black Swan Capitalist put this out. He says, I was right 5 years ago and right today. Get some new groundbreaking research that's about to shake things up once again. The new financial system is dual currency payment network with XRP at the core. I'm releasing an article soon about the details. If you guys would like me to have Versant on the channel, please let me know down in the description. I got connected with him for the summit that we did, and he's one really cool person. I really like him as a person and as a researcher. He's done incredible work to help us all understand better what this new financial system is going to be like. So just want to give him a shout out. So it says Algeria's perspective stemmed from the speculative view that central banks and major financial institutions like the IMF would be the ones to set the price of XRP. He likened it to the scenario that plays out when companies attempt to go public, wherein they set a high initial price for their stock. Essentially, he asserted that these prominent institutions will set a high initial price for XRP, similar to setting an IPO price, according to the community pundit. So we'll have to see, right? There is rumor that, these IMF and central banks have gotten together and have made a decision on what the price of XRP is going to be, that they are going to facilitate trading between each other. I don't know. We'll have to see how this plays out. All right, here's some really cool groundbreaking news. Brain is not working. It's a Monday. All right, sick. 30 million MetaMask users can now access the XRPL. Persis Technology just launched the XRP Ledger Snap MetaMask. It's a game changer that brings XRPL accounts, tokens, and trust lines just a few clicks to MetaMask users. Guys, this is really, really insanely big. I think we've all been waiting for something like this to happen. I mean, I use MetaMask every single day. A lot of people in my community and Cryptonaires use MetaMask every single day, and making it easier for XRP tokens, trust lines, different things to be accessed on MetaMask is a huge step forward in adoption for the XRP ledger. All right, so this was about the EVM sidechain. Let me play this real quick.
Massive XRP news. Persis just launched MetaMask support for the XRP ledger. And this is about to bring a huge wave of volume onto the network. With over 30 million active users, MetaMask now supports the XRP ledger through the XRPL Snap integration. This will make it easier than ever to create an XRP account, sign transactions, and buy XRP within the MetaMask wallet. This update is a massive on-ramp for the XRP ecosystem, and users will be able to seamlessly bridge assets between EVM chains and the XRPL EVM sidechain. This is going to bring liquidity and drive even more volume into the network. Plus, you get full access to transaction history, trust lines, tokens, and even NFTs, all directly in MetaMask. If you want to get started, you can head to wallet.xrplevm.org and follow a few steps. Get ready for a flood of retail volume on the XRP ledger.
I can't wait. This is really, really sick. Ripple receives a in-principle approval from the Dubai Financial Center's DFSA. Here is the article. I'll just read you some quick points here. DFSA approval. Okay. Ripple, the leading provider of digital asset infrastructure, has secured an in-principle approval from the Dubai Financial Services Authority, also known as the DFSA, to extend its services from Dubai International Service Center. The milestone significantly strengthens Ripple's global footprint as a regulated entity and enables a introduction of seamless cross-border payment services, including Ripple Payments Direct, RPD, in the United Arab Emirates. With the DFSA authorization, Ripple is set to roll out its enterprise-grade digital asset infrastructure to a broader customer base in the UAE. This expansion is aligned with Ripple's mission of providing businesses with faster, cost-effective cross-border payments. Now, if you don't know, the DFSA giving Ripple this authority to be live in the Dubai Financial Services Authority, some of the biggest companies like insurance companies, banks in the world are actually in this financial services, in this financial center. And so giving all of those companies access to use XRP as a bridge asset or as a payments token is mega big. Mega big, right? This whole video is just filled with really good information. XRP rise demands of institutional adoption, not retail hype, with global debt at 350 trillion and banks risk. A liquidity crisis could trigger a shock supply, driving up demand. So what he's basically saying here, guys, if you don't understand this, is the current banking system is massively in debt, right? US banks are now facing 515 billion in unrealized losses. So when you're talking about banks needing liquidity, needing value, this could send a shockwave and banks wanting to acquire something like XRP to make everything a little bit cheaper for their cross-border payments or bank-to-bank settlement, right? You look at something like Mbridge, right, where you have People's Republic of China, Hong Kong, SAR China, you have Thai Bank in Thailand, UAE, right? All of these countries can use XRP through the Mbridge cross-border transactions system. So when you're talking about adoption of crypto, right? Yes, Bitcoin is a very highly speculative asset. Institutions are diving in. But what I look for when I'm buying a digital asset is what kind of banks, central banks, right, are going to adopt and use the technology. When you have 98% of countries around the world working on central bank digital currency, you have to take that as something very serious, because the future for money, digital money, is going to look a lot different in 5 years from now. And I want to hold the digital asset that the company like Ripple is working with a lot of these entities, because it is huge in these countries. So breaking 1 billion in RLUSD has been transferred from an unknown wallet to an unknown wallet. Looks like this is going to start getting interesting. This has just happened October 20th. So that was actually yesterday. It's getting exciting, right? Because I think RLUSD could be USDT's like dagger in the throat, right? Because a lot of people are kind of hit and miss on Tether. And if you make RLUSD more accessible, especially on Ethereum, I think a lot of people will start using this, as well as you want to see certain exchanges. You see USDT paired against everything, right? Well, maybe in the future, in a year or two, whatever it is, you're going to see RLUSD paired against all of that as well. And that's what I'm really waiting for, because that'll bring liquidity to the XRP ledger. And, you know, where are you on this average amount of XRPs per wallet, right? So it's 12,000 XRP average, right? You know, are you a 500, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 holder, or are you higher? I'd love to know down in the comments. Please let me know. And if you are learning something from my videos, please like the video. We're trying to expand the channel and get it in front of more amazing people like you. All right. Now, also what I'm waiting for is US banks to start really using XRP. Bank of America and Wells Fargo just named 2 gigantic banks in the United States. It really is going to be game-changing for liquidity. It's going to be game-changing for banks. Think about this, right? if you're Bank of America and you have to move money from, Bank of America in, California, Bank of America in New York, that even transferring it bank to bank could take some time, right? Using XRP, 3 to 5 seconds, right? Imagine what your customers, right? The customer is always right, especially with banks, right? They hold their money there. They hold their, if they're financing a home, that'll be with the bank as well. Now, if you're not giving customers this advanced technology where they can send money to friends, family, or other accounts around the world instantaneously, other banks will do that, right? And you really want to make sure that you keep as many customers as well as gain customers. Think of how many customers that the bank might gain from offering these new services. And that's really could be game changing. Now, I did want to touch base on this, right? Because banks are in trouble, right? The US keeps printing money as well as other countries around the world. And in this system, you can't just keep printing money because what it is the debt is going to catch up to you. Right now, if the US had to refinance all of its debt, which it has to do, you're talking about over $1 trillion a year in debt payments. Now, the problem with that is the US takes between $4 and $5 trillion from taxes every single year. And if you're spending $1 trillion just to service your debt, that is an extremely big problem that you can't keep growing that, because what if it grows to 2 trillion or 3 trillion and then you're basically running at a deficit the whole time? That is a massive problem for any president, right? Especially over the last, 8 to 10 years, presidents have just printed money after money after money. And we don't really have a system where we are taking in a certain amount of money and we're keeping the spending under that amount of money, right? I think the last administration in the US to do that was the Clinton administration back in the 90s, right? So that when Bush took over and 2001 happened, of course, we went to war and a lot of money was spent doing all of that. And so that kicked off and sparked the problem that we have now. And think about your kids, if you have kids, or think about the next generation, right? What is going to be the financial picture then? And what will these countries like the US need to do to get out of this situation? And digital assets might play a key role in doing so. All right, that's it. I'll see you next time. Please like, share, and comment on the video. I really appreciate that. I'll see you in the next one. Crypto Sensei out.